Hello everybody, welcome to this video where I will do a short review of my current Tudor collection. Watches that I really like and enjoy to wear, and I had some good feedbacks on another video where I included the Bay toner, as I call it. And yeah, it inspired me to make this comparison. These are currently the three watches I have. It all started with this one, then came this one, and then this one. I will give a short insight how I got them, where I got them, and how they wear and how I like them. These are three watches which have become really stable in my collection. I just enjoy them too much to think about selling them. Every once in a while I have to sell some watches because there is a new watch I want, and you cannot have them all, of course. So I've had some hard decisions to make in the past with some watches that also I kind of miss, but I'll do another video on that another time. But yeah, today I'm talking about the Tudor Black Bay and how I like them, what I feel about them, and also how they are on the wrist. I also thought I could measure the dimensions. Some other videos are probably better equipped in the dimensions, but I will do it nonetheless so that if you are watching this, you have a good overview. So I will start with the one it all started with. That's this one. Maybe before I start, so before I had this one, I had the Black Bay 58 in black, yeah, and I also had the Black Bay 58 Pro a while ago when it just came out. I got rid of it again. I sold it after I think 3-4 months. I just didn't like it. I was really disappointed because I was really looking forward to that watch. But I just didn't like the dial. It has a kind of a gilt, kind of a yeah, too much vintage vibes for my taste. I think if you really like and are into vintage loom and yellow vintage loom, it has a very special color. The Black Bay Pro. So then I think it's a nice watch. But yeah, it just didn't feel like a keeper to me. I'm still hoping that they make it in a white dial and more of a modern kind of optic. That would be an absolute amazing watch then, in my opinion. But for now, they are keeping us waiting. And when this came out, the blue Black Bay 58, the black one already existed a year or two, yeah. And I was really happy with the black one. I liked it, even though it had vintage vibes. Yes, you heard me speaking that I don't like it so much, but that was a time where I really liked it. And the Black Bay 58 still in black, I like it. But it didn't feel right to have both of them in the collection. So when this got released in blue, blue is one of my favorite colors on watches and also clothes. But when this got released, somehow on pictures it didn't catch me right away, and it was released sometime in the summer. And then during the summer, after the summer, I started thinking about this more and more. And I like that this has a more modern feel like the other Black Bay 58. Yeah, so that's why I sold my other one and got this at my AD. That was at a time when it was still tough to get, really tough actually. So he really, yeah, had to do some stuff to get it on time by Christmas to me, because in November I decided that I really like this watch, and I said, oh man, I must have it for Christmas for myself. Can you somehow make it happen? And of course he did make it happen, as he usually does. So I'm really grateful for that AD. And yeah, I have not thought a single day of selling this watch. I'm always enjoying it when I wear it. It is on the small side, yeah. So let's start with some measurements. So the thickness is about 11.7. Yeah. Lug to lug is about 47.6. And I think here we have 19, 20. I think it's 20. Yeah, 20. 20.4, but it's because I didn't put it exactly right. So there you have the measurements. My wrist is, if this is the first video you're seeing, 18.5 centimeters. So it's a medium-sized wrist, I would say. And this watch feels and looks quite small on my wrist because I like to wear bigger watches, as you can see from the other two and also from some other videos. But nonetheless, this is the best small kind of watch that the market has to offer, in my opinion, for at least for my taste. So I'm really enjoying this watch still. I probably have this 3 years now, I would say, more or less, and still enjoying it. So yeah, it has a very nice blue. So this is the first one that I got. That is still in my collection. Then came a little bit later, came the Pepsi, but I didn't get it back then yet. Yeah, I didn't get it yet. First came, I think in 2021 or 2022. As you see, I don't do a lot of research before my videos. I kind of get inspired, want to do something and put the iPhone down and start talking. As I'm not doing this professionally in any way, I'm just doing this as a hobby. Please excuse if there's some details I'm missing. But yeah, it was fairly new back then. And what I remember about this watch when this got released, I was completely in love with the pictures from the first moment I saw it, even though it's quite thick. We'll go through the measurements later. This is still one of my really absolute favorite watches, and there's some watches I have not shown yet on my channel that are also really special, but this is really a cool watch. I bought this as another AD that is not my preferred AD, but my preferred AD couldn't somehow deliver this. So on a couple of days after this got released, I saw it at a local AD, an international AD, and this was at the time when COVID was still a hot topic, as some of you may remember. And this was just before, where in my region, we were just before another lockdown. This was the second day after release. And the AD was a bit worried that another lockdown would mean no sales. Yeah, this was where click and collect was not something as known as it is now. So I said, hey, and I had bought some other watches there also. I said, hey, I'm completely in love with this watch. Can you please give it to me? And I want to take it home now. I don't want to wait. And this was then really hard watch to get, as it turned out. I think till today I have not seen this watch lying around at an AD. The other model, yes, so the reverse Panda. So yeah, I took it home right away that day. And that's something that very seldom happened back then, that you could even take a Tudor home. You always had to wait. Apart from the Rolex wait list, there were also wait lists for Tudors. And yeah, this watch ever since has been my favorite Tudor. I will go through the measurements again. So the thickness is 14.7. I think that's about correct. Then we have the look 50.1. Yeah. And the strap width, I think it is 22, if I'm not mistaken. Something's wrong. There you go. Strap width 22. Yeah. So yeah, fairly big watch, especially compared to the Black Bay 58. But with the chronograph complication, it's just a bigger watch. And doesn't this look amazing? It's really the The Panda variation is my absolute favorite on pretty much any chronograph. I also like the reverse Panda, I must say, but this one just is a bit better for this watch, I think, at least. So yeah, here you see how it wears on a 18.5 centimeter wrist. Still fine. So a lug to lug of about 50, I think we measured. Still fine. It is a bit thicker, so with some shirts I have issues, but generally don't have big issues with this watch. And yeah, really wears nice. What I didn't say earlier is I had problems with the 58 and this one and also the Pepsi in getting the right fit of my wrist. So what I did here is I bought an extra link, a small link here from Uncle Psycho, and since then the watches wear perfectly. So yeah, highly enjoy this watch. Now I'll come to the last one. Was Christmas time, and this Pepsi variation was already out, I think a year or a year and a half, and I called my preferred AD, so where I got the blue one, and said, hey, I fell in love a bit late, but I really would like the Pepsi. The white dial, of course, was not there yet then. This was 2022, I think, in December. And I said, I would really like it. Can you somehow get it? And he got it to me within a week. So again, there he was very quick and perfect service. And yeah, this is the Tudor Pepsi, which also had a pretty hype around it back then. Now you can find this pretty much at every Tudor AD in the window. I even saw the white one in windows already. So this is not really an issue anymore. But still a beautiful watch. So I believe it's just better, isn't it? I mean, if you want the watch and you look at it at the AD, you see it in the window, you like it, you buy it, you take it home. Is this not what a watch collector wants? It's at least what I want. I don't like this waiting around and being pushed around and yeah, we don't know and all of this. I have quite a few, let's call them hype watches, but I never had this negative experience that has been talked about a lot online. I somehow was lucky to have good relationship with several ADs, or with two ADs, and I have my very clear preferred AD, and that's where everything that I want I ask, and normally within a certain time I get it, and that's what you want as a collector. Yeah, you don't want long wait lists. So yeah, this is the Pepsi. I would say it wears even a bit slimmer, of course, than the chronograph. Let's get the measurements, which we didn't do yet. So the height is 14.5, so it's a bit less than the chronograph. The chronograph, I think, was 14.7. Lug to lug, I am curious now. I'm not getting it quite right. 49, 50.1, I think it's pretty much the same. And the strap is the same, 22. Yeah, don't need to measure it. But yeah, overall, all three watches are highly enjoyable, highly recommended. They should not be as a replacement for other watches. Yeah, especially Rolex. You should not see these watches as a replacement or a real alternative to Rolex. Yeah, often they are compared with each other, of course, because they are from the same owner. So these are, regardless of what Rolex these are or other brands, these are watches that are highly enjoyable. I'm really happy to have these three, and they're all very different. This is a smaller one, this is blue, this is bigger, but it's a chronograph in the Panda, my favorite dial variation, and this is of course a GMT, also my favorite complication. I have lots of favorites, as you can hear, and then the Pepsi iconic dial. Yeah, so yeah, these are the three watches that I currently have in my collection of Tudor. I'm really curious what will happen next month, actually, already with Tudor. Maybe they bring something new as a chronograph. I'm hearing some rumors about the Prince Tiger, I think it's called. That would be pretty awesome. So with 3 subdials instead of 2. I've been really thinking hard of selling this one and getting the white dial Pepsi, just because I have something else very similar, which I'll reveal at another point, and that would make it different enough, but it will have then again a very similar dial to this. And I'm still waiting if the Black Bay Pro will be there with a white dial. So yeah, will be very exciting for any watch fan and Tudor fan, what's happening at Watches and Wonders next month. So I will keep you posted with my Tudor collection, and look forward to your comments and feedback, and see you in the next video.